What if the miracles attributed to Jesus weren't exclusively acts of divine intervention, but also stemmed from a hidden, practical technique? What if this technique, a specific key to unlocking heightened consciousness, was deliberately obscured from mainstream understanding, yet remains accessible to anyone willing to seek it? Could you be overlooking a powerful tool for spiritual awakening, a key to unlocking your own divine potential and experiencing the profound connection that Jesus himself embodied? The narrative of early Christianity extends far beyond the commonly accepted scriptures. Esoteric Christianity emphasizes experiential knowledge, hinting at hidden practices reserved for initiates. Gnostic texts and other less-known sources whisper of inner techniques and transformative processes, and the Essenes, with their focus on purification, meditation, and breath control, may have significantly influenced Jesus' spiritual development. Could it be that certain teachings were intentionally obscured by mainstream religious institutions, their transformative power deemed too dangerous for the masses? Most people are unaware of the profound connection between breath and consciousness, limiting their spiritual potential and unknowingly perpetuating a cycle of stress and shallow living. Conventional religious practices often fall short of providing practical, experiential tools for self-transformation, leaving many yearning for a deeper, more tangible connection with the divine. What if the very breath you take, often unconsciously, holds the key to unlocking a higher state of being, a state that Jesus himself may have accessed? In this video, we'll explore the possibility that Jesus used a specific breathing technique to access higher states of consciousness, unlocking miraculous abilities and a profound connection to the divine. We will delve into the historical context of Jesus' life, examining the Essene influence on his spiritual development. Furthermore, we will explore a potential breathing pattern reconstruction based on ancient techniques and analyze the scientific basis of breathwork, connecting ancient wisdom with modern understanding. Let's begin by examining the historical context and the Essene influence on Jesus' spiritual development. The possibility that Jesus' extraordinary abilities stemmed from more than just divine intervention challenges conventional religious perspectives, doesn't it? What if his miracles were, in part, the result of mastering ancient techniques, a secret passed down through generations, enabling him to harness energy and consciousness in ways we're only beginning to understand? The Essenes, a Jewish sect known for their ascetic lifestyle and esoteric practices, provide a compelling link to this hidden narrative. The Essenes, who thrived in the Judean desert around the time of Jesus, were far more than just a religious community. They were a society deeply committed to spiritual purification and disciplined living. Imagine a community where communal living, rigorous bathing rituals, and extended periods of prayer were not merely customs, but essential practices for achieving enlightenment. Their days were structured around intense study, meditation, and meticulous adherence to dietary laws, all aimed at purifying the mind, body, and spirit. The texts discovered at Qumran, often referred to as the Dead Sea Scrolls, offer profound insight into their philosophies, revealing a sophisticated understanding of consciousness, energy, and the interconnectedness of all things. Think about it, these were the likely contemporaries of Jesus, potentially even his teachers, offering a radical path of direct spiritual experience. The Essenes placed immense emphasis on purification, not just of the body, but also of the mind and spirit. Their rigorous bathing rituals, performed multiple times a day, were symbolic acts of cleansing, designed to wash away impurities and prepare the individual for deeper spiritual work. They believed that the physical body was a temple, and that maintaining its purity was essential for housing a clear and focused mind. Their extended periods of prayer and meditation were not simply rote recitations, but active attempts to connect with the divine, to access higher states of consciousness, and to tap into the universal energy that permeated all of creation. The key is their belief in the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit, a holistic approach that recognized the profound influence of each on the others. Now, consider Jesus's miracles through this lens. Could his ability to heal the sick, calm storms, or even raise the dead be viewed as a mastery of advanced energy control and consciousness, techniques honed through years of dedicated practice and spiritual discipline? Perhaps the Essenes, with their profound understanding of these principles, armed him with what others perceived as divine power, but was actually a sophisticated application of natural laws. What they don't want you to know is that Jesus's teachings weren't just about faith. They were also about the practical application of spiritual principles. He demonstrated the potential for human beings to transcend their limitations, to access higher states of consciousness, and to manifest extraordinary abilities, all through the power of their own mind, body, and spirit. If Jesus was influenced by the Essenes and their focus on breath control, what specific breathing techniques might he have used to access these altered states of consciousness? Breath, often taken for granted, is a bridge, a vital link connecting the physical and spiritual realms. Think of it as the intersection between your conscious control and your unconscious nervous system, a gateway to influencing your inner world. It's a rhythmic dance, a constant exchange of energy that sustains life, and perhaps more profoundly, unlocks hidden potentials within us. The importance of breath is a recurring theme in various spiritual traditions. Yoga, Buddhism, Taoism all emphasize the conscious control of breath as a means to achieving higher states of awareness. In yoga, breath, or pranayama, is considered the vehicle for prana, the vital life force energy that animates all living beings. Through specific breathing techniques, practitioners can activate and stimulate this energy, unlocking its powerful potential for healing, transformation, and spiritual awakening. Similarly, in Buddhism, mindfulness of breath is a central practice for cultivating present moment awareness and calming the mind, leading to deeper insights and a more profound understanding of reality. In Taoism, breath is seen as the connection between heaven and earth, a way to harmonize the individual with the cosmic forces of the universe. What if these traditions, each with its unique approach to breathwork, hold a key to understanding the techniques that Jesus might have employed? Specific breathing patterns can profoundly influence the nervous system, brain waves, and overall state of consciousness. For example, deep, slow breathing, characterized by long inhalations and exhalations, can activate the parasympathetic nervous system, promoting relaxation and reducing stress. This relaxation response counteracts the effects of the sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the fight or flight response, helping to calm the mind, lower blood pressure, and reduce heart rate. Scientific evidence increasingly supports the benefits of various breathwork techniques. Studies have shown that mindful breathing can reduce anxiety, improve sleep quality, enhance cognitive function, and even boost the immune system. The key takeaway here is that breath is not just an automatic bodily function. It's a powerful tool that we can consciously use to regulate our physical, mental, and emotional states. Could these ancient breathwork techniques be a practical way to enter altered states of consciousness, to tap into the deeper parts of ourselves and connect with the divine? Consider pranayama, a collection of specific breathing exercises, each designed to produce different effects on the body and mind. Ujjayi breath, also known as the victorious breath, involves a slight constriction of the throat, creating a soft, ocean-like sound with each inhale and exhale, calming the nervous system and promoting a sense of inner peace. Kapalabhati, or skull-shining breath, is a rapid, forceful exhalation technique that energizes the body, clears the mind, and stimulates the flow of prana. Practicing these techniques requires careful attention to posture, maintaining a straight spine and relaxed shoulders, allowing the breath to flow freely and easily. Mental focus is equally important, directing your awareness to the breath, observing its rhythm and sensation, and gently guiding it to achieve the desired effect. Could Jesus have utilized breath as a technique to tap into the deeper parts of himself? And what specific breathing pattern could have been used? Imagine Jesus, in his quiet moments of prayer and contemplation, employing a specific breathing pattern to deepen his connection with the divine. What if this pattern, passed down through the Essenes or learned through his own spiritual exploration, was a key element in his ability to perform miracles and access higher states of consciousness? Let's explore a potential technique, inspired by ancient traditions and informed speculation: the 478 breathing pattern. This technique involves inhaling deeply through the nose for a count of 4, holding the breath for a count of 7, and then exhaling slowly through the mouth for a count of 8. The specific instructions are: first, exhale completely through your mouth, making a whooshing sound. Next, close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose to a mental count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale completely through your mouth, making a whooshing sound to a count of 8. This completes 1 breath. Now, inhale again and repeat the cycle 3 more times for a total of 4 breaths. The construction of this reconstructed technique draws from various sources, blending elements of pranayama with modern understanding of breathwork and its effects on the nervous system. The 478 pattern is designed to calm the mind, reduce anxiety, and promote relaxation, making it an ideal practice for entering a meditative state. The steps, rhythms, and potential effects of the 478 technique are quite profound. The long exhalation activates the parasympathetic nervous system, slowing down the heart rate and reducing stress hormones. The breath retention phase allows for increased oxygen absorption and a deeper sense of inner stillness. The visualization practice, such as imagining a peaceful scene or focusing on a specific intention, can further enhance the calming and transformative effects of the breathwork. Think about it: Jesus, spending time in solitude, perhaps in the desert or on a mountaintop, practicing this technique to quiet his mind, connect with his inner wisdom, and access the divine source of his power. The key is in the consistent practice. How might Jesus have adapted this technique for use in his daily life? Perhaps he practiced it before performing miracles to center himself and align his energy with the divine will. Or maybe he used it during moments of intense stress or conflict to calm his emotions and maintain his composure. We can speculate that during his time, these techniques were done in a way that differed slightly than what we are used to, focusing on how each could have been done in his time. Modern interpretations and adaptations often emphasize ease of use, encouraging practitioners to modify the counts to suit their individual needs and preferences. The truth is, the essence of the technique lies in the ratio of inhalation, breath retention, and exhalation, not in the specific numbers themselves. Now, what are the scientific aspects that can explain the potential for Jesus using this method, and how can it validate this breathwork pattern? Modern science is beginning to validate what ancient traditions have long known. Breath has a profound influence on the nervous system, brain waves, and overall state of consciousness. Studies on vagus nerve stimulation, heart rate variability, and the effects of meditation on the brain provide compelling evidence for the link between breath and spiritual experience. What they don't want you to know is that these findings challenge the conventional view of consciousness as solely a product of the brain, suggesting that breath may play a key role in connecting us to something larger than ourselves. The science-backed benefits of breathwork are numerous and far-reaching. For example, deep breathing stimulates the vagus nerve, a major component of the parasympathetic nervous system that plays a crucial role in regulating heart rate, digestion, and immune function. Stimulating the vagus nerve promotes relaxation, reduces stress, and enhances emotional regulation. The vagus nerve acts as a direct line of communication between the brain and the body, influencing everything from mood and anxiety to inflammation and pain. Consider heart rate variability, HRV, a measure of the variation in time intervals between heartbeats. High HRV is associated with greater resilience, adaptability, and emotional well-being, while low HRV is linked to increased stress, anxiety, and risk of chronic disease. Studies have shown that breathwork can significantly improve HRV, indicating a positive impact on overall health and well-being. Could this breathing pattern potentially activate higher states of consciousness, allowing us to tap into our own inner wisdom and connect with the divine? Think of the stories of individuals who have experienced significant personal transformation through breathwork, overcoming anxiety, healing from trauma, and discovering a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in their lives. By integrating breathwork into our daily lives, we can promote spiritual growth and well-being, cultivating a greater sense of presence, peace, and connection. Here's the thing. It's not about achieving some extraordinary state of enlightenment. It's about cultivating a consistent practice that allows us to access our own inner resources and live more fully in the present moment. If breathwork has such a profound impact on our minds and bodies, could this be the key to understanding not only Jesus' power, but also our own? But if breathwork has such a profound impact on our minds and bodies, could this be the key to understanding not only Jesus' power, but also our own? Imagine the potential if the ancient practices and the scientific knowledge we have today were combined to unlock our full potential. What if accessing these states of consciousness were as easy as controlling your breath? To truly understand how breathwork can influence a divine state, we must first consider the concept of subtle energy systems. These systems, often overlooked in modern science, have been recognized and utilized for millennia in various spiritual traditions. Think of systems like the chakras, nadis, and meridians, unseen yet vital pathways believed to conduct life force energy throughout the body. These are not merely metaphorical constructs, but rather tangible energetic blueprints that influence our physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. The chakra system, for example, depicts 7 major energy centers aligned along the spine, each correlating with different aspects of consciousness, from basic survival instincts to higher spiritual awareness. The root chakra, located at the base of the spine, is associated with grounding, security, and physical vitality. The crown chakra at the top of the head is linked to spiritual connection, enlightenment, and divine wisdom. Think of these systems like electrical circuits within your body, where breath is the current. Just as a surge of electricity can power a machine, specific breathing techniques can stimulate and balance these energy centers, leading to profound shifts in consciousness. Breathwork serves as the key to unlocking and manipulating these subtle energies. Specific breathing techniques can clear blockages in the nadis, allowing for smoother energy flow throughout the body. When these energy channels are open and balanced, it leads to enhanced vitality, emotional stability, and heightened intuition. Imagine the possibilities: enhanced senses, increased energy, and a deep connection to the world around you. Breath is the key to tuning into these invisible realms of subtle energy. It's a direct line to influencing our state. Applying this concept to the Essenes and Jesus, it becomes clear that their practices may have been designed to manipulate these subtle energies. The Essenes' rigorous rituals, meditations, and breath practices were aimed at purifying and activating their subtle energy systems. Imagine the Essenes, immersed in their daily routines, meticulously cleansing their bodies and minds, preparing themselves to receive divine wisdom. Think of their practices as a system to prepare one's self to connect with the divine and connect with the self. The breathwork patterns of Jesus could have influenced a state of connection, with his focus and breathing potentially maximizing his ability to connect to the divine. If breathwork can influence subtle energy, what specific breathing rhythms or patterns might be most effective for accessing these enhanced abilities? We move from the esoteric to the scientific. Hyperoxygenation comes into play. Hyperoxygenation, a state where the body has a higher than normal level of oxygen in the blood, can have profound effects on consciousness and physical performance. It goes beyond simply feeling more awake. It's about optimizing cellular function and unlocking dormant potential within the brain. We can observe this in examples from today's world. Consider the techniques used by Wim Hof, the Iceman, who employs hyperventilation techniques coupled with cold exposure to achieve extraordinary feats of endurance and resilience. But what is happening with hyperoxygenation? Increased oxygen levels can enhance cognitive function, boost energy levels, and promote healing. Think of the heightened oxygen allowing for more efficient cellular activity, like giving a car high-octane fuel. This surge of oxygen nourishes brain cells, optimizing neural connections and promoting mental clarity. It also boosts energy production by increasing ATP synthesis, the primary energy currency of cells, leading to heightened physical performance and reduced fatigue. Here's the thing, oxygen increases overall efficiency, and with our understanding today, we can unlock even greater secrets. Applying these concepts to the ancient practices, we can suggest certain breathing techniques, like tummo breathing, may have used the concepts of hyperoxygenation to reach altered states. Tummo breathing, practiced by Tibetan monks, allows them to generate extreme body heat in freezing conditions. Imagine these monks, sitting peacefully in the snow, their bodies radiating heat, defying the harsh elements. The key is to harness breath. This ability stems from their mastery of breathwork, which allows them to consciously control their autonomic nervous system, regulate their body temperature, and access heightened states of awareness. Could Jesus have used a similar practice to endure hardship and channel extraordinary energy? Perhaps he used hyperoxygenation techniques to amplify his physical and mental capabilities, enabling him to perform feats that seemed impossible to ordinary observers. We can connect the historical context of Jesus with our techniques today. Now, what are some specific benefits to certain types of breathwork? The potential benefits of breathwork are vast and varied, drawing from different traditions. Breathwork is not just about relaxation. It's a powerful tool for self-regulation, healing, and spiritual growth. In yogic texts, breath retention is described as a means of prolonging life and accessing higher states of consciousness. Specific breathing techniques, like kumbhaka, involve holding the breath after inhalation or exhalation, which is believed to increase the absorption of prana and enhance mental focus. Breathing techniques that can improve sleep quality can also impact waking day decisions. These choices determine our overall trajectory. History holds many examples of breathwork from athletes to spiritual masters. Elite athletes use breathwork to enhance their performance, improve their focus, and manage their stress levels. Boxers, for example, use specific breathing patterns to regulate their heart rate, maximize their oxygen intake, and maintain their composure under pressure. Lowering stress hormones reduces the risk of burnout, allowing individuals to sustain high levels of performance over long periods. Increased blood flow can increase blood lactate thresholds, allowing athletes to push themselves harder and longer without experiencing fatigue. Knowing what we know, breath is an incredible tool for any application. What if the application of breathwork was applied to the daily life of an everyday user? Deep breathing is great to use when feeling overwhelmed. Taking a few moments to focus on your breath, inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly, can calm the mind, reduce anxiety, and restore a sense of inner peace. Morning or evening breathing techniques, focusing on their convenience, can be incorporated into your routine. Imagine waking up each morning and taking a few minutes to practice a simple breathing exercise, setting the tone for a calm and focused day. What can you expect? What are the results? These are all questions you need to ask yourself before diving into this world. So, how do we bring it all together? We've explored the historical context, delved into specific techniques, and examined the scientific basis. Now it's time to synthesize these disparate threads into a unified understanding of breathwork's power. Breath is more than just a biological function. It's a bridge to higher consciousness, a key to unlocking your own divine potential. By consciously controlling our breath, We can influence our subtle energy systems, optimize our physiology, and tap into our innate capacity for healing, transformation, and spiritual awakening. Think of the potential for viewers to tap into their own spiritual potential through breathwork and conscious living. The power to transform your life by harnessing the power of your breath is within reach. By consciously controlling our breath, we can influence our subtle energy systems, optimize our physiology, and tap into our innate capacity for healing, transformation, and spiritual awakening. The key is in consistent practice. Start experimenting with different techniques and find what resonates with you. Explore different breathing patterns, visualization exercises, and mindfulness practices, and observe how they affect your mind, body, and spirit. There is not one specific breath for everyone. Commit to just 5 minutes a day and notice the difference. Small steps lead to big results. Are you ready to begin? This is just the beginning of your journey. Stay tuned for more videos on hidden practices and techniques for self-transformation. We have so much more to uncover. If breath is a bridge to higher consciousness, then what biological structure acts as the doorway? What if a tiny gland deep within your brain holds the key to unlocking extraordinary states of awareness, a gateway to spiritual insight and profound transformation? This is not science fiction. It's the reality of the pineal gland, a structure revered by ancient cultures as the seat of the soul. Think of the pineal gland as a receiver, tuning into frequencies beyond our ordinary perception. Throughout history, mystics, philosophers, and spiritual seekers have associated the pineal gland with the third eye, a gateway to higher consciousness and spiritual insight. Ancient Egyptians depicted it as the Eye of Horus, a symbol of protection, royal power, and divine knowledge. In Hinduism, it's linked to the Ajna chakra, the center of intuition and psychic abilities. Even Descartes, the famous philosopher, believed the pineal gland was the principal seat of the soul and the place in which all our thoughts are formed. But what is the pineal gland, and how might it serve as this receiver? The pineal gland, a small, pinecone-shaped structure located in the center of the brain, plays a crucial role in regulating our sleep-wake cycles through the production of melatonin. Melatonin, a hormone that promotes relaxation and sleep, is synthesized and released by the pineal gland in response to darkness. But the pineal gland produces another compound, one that has captured the imagination of scientists and spiritual seekers alike: DMT, or dimethyltryptamine. DMT is a naturally occurring psychedelic compound found in various plants and animals, including humans. Some researchers believe that DMT is released in large quantities during near-death experiences, mystical visions, and other altered states of consciousness. Think of the DMT that is naturally produced in our bodies as a key to accessing higher states. Could specific breathwork techniques stimulate the pineal gland, potentially enhancing its activity and unlocking altered states of consciousness? The answer may lie in breath retention and visualization. Breath retention, the practice of holding the breath after inhalation or exhalation, may increase blood flow to the brain, potentially enhancing pineal gland activity and DMT production. Imagine holding your breath, feeling the pressure build, and sensing a shift in your awareness. Some believe that this increased blood flow may flood the pineal gland with oxygen and nutrients, stimulating its activity and promoting the release of DMT. Couple that with visualization. Visualizing the pineal gland as a radiant source of light during breath retention could further amplify its activity, enhancing your connection to higher states of consciousness. If the pineal gland is a key to unlocking higher consciousness, and breathwork can stimulate it, what can we learn from ancient spiritual practices? And more specifically, how might these practices influence brainwave activity? The key to harmonizing the mind and body lies within the realm of brainwave entrainment. What if you could consciously shift your state of consciousness simply by altering the frequencies of your brainwaves? This is the promise of brainwave entrainment, a technique that uses external stimuli to influence brainwave patterns and induce altered states of awareness. This process isn't some new age fad. It's rooted in solid scientific principles. Brainwaves, the electrical activity in our brains, are measured in Hertz Hz and range from high-frequency beta waves, 1230 Hz, associated with alertness and focus, to low-frequency delta waves, 054 Hz, associated with deep sleep and unconsciousness. Alpha waves, 812 Hz, are associated with relaxation and meditation, while theta waves, 48 Hz, are linked to creativity, intuition, and insight. And then there are gamma waves, 30,100 Hz, associated with heightened perception and cognitive processing. Think of your brain waves like the gears of a car, each one optimized for a different type of activity. By consciously shifting our brainwave patterns, we can access different states of awareness and unlock new levels of potential. But how can we consciously shift these patterns? External stimuli, such as sound, light, or even breath, can be used to entrain brainwaves, gently guiding them into specific frequencies. Binaural beats, for example, are auditory illusions created by playing two slightly different frequencies in each ear, causing the brain to perceive a third frequency, which corresponds to the desired brainwave state. Isochronic tones, another form of auditory stimulation, use pulses of sound to entrain brainwaves. But what if you could achieve the same effect with your breath? Slow, rhythmic breathing can promote alpha waves, inducing a state of relaxation and mental clarity. Imagine slowing down your breath, feeling your body relax, and noticing your mind become calmer and more focused. Conversely, more rapid breathing may induce gamma waves, heightening perception and cognitive processing. Some breathwork techniques even incorporate breath retention to further amplify these effects. Could specific breathwork practices align the body and mind? And are there any practices that may allow you to step into new potential? Imagine having a direct line to your body's natural relaxation response, a way to instantly calm your nerves, reduce stress, and enhance your overall well-being. The key to unlocking this potential lies within the vagus nerve, a central component of the parasympathetic nervous system. The vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve in the body, acts as a superhighway of communication between the brain and various organs, including the heart, lungs, and digestive system. Think of it as the body's internal stress regulator. This nerve plays a crucial role in regulating a wide range of bodily functions, including heart rate, digestion, and immune response. But more importantly, the vagus nerve is essential to reducing stress, enhancing mood, and improving overall health. When the vagus nerve is stimulated, it triggers the release of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that promotes calmness and reduces anxiety. It is important to regulate your mental state. Specific breathing techniques can stimulate the vagus nerve, promoting relaxation and reducing stress. Slow, deep breathing, particularly diaphragmatic breathing, activates the vagus nerve, triggering the release of acetylcholine and calming the nervous system. Imagine taking a slow, deep breath, feeling your belly expand, and noticing your body relax. This simple act can have a profound impact on your mental and emotional state. A longer exhale relative to the inhale is also believed to further stimulate the vagus nerve. In fact, certain yoga practices, like alternate nostril breathing, are designed to balance the nervous system and promote vagal tone. The key is to breathe consciously. What if you used breathwork as a practical way to mitigate the impact of stress and enhance mental clarity? Taking a few minutes each day to practice slow, deep breathing can significantly reduce your stress levels and improve your overall sense of well-being. A simple technique you can try is the 478 breathing exercise. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and exhale slowly for 8 seconds. Repeat this several times, and notice how your body and mind begin to relax. Furthermore, incorporating breathwork into your morning routine can help set the tone for a calm and focused day. Imagine starting your day with a few minutes of deep breathing, feeling centered and grounded, and ready to tackle whatever challenges come your way. So now what? We've explored the pineal gland, brainwave entrainment, and the vagus nerve. We've seen how each of these elements is connected to breathwork and how breathwork can potentially influence higher states of consciousness. Breath is a powerful tool for accessing higher states of consciousness and promoting overall well-being. The key now is integrating these techniques into your daily life. You can integrate breathwork into your daily life to experience these benefits. Start small, be consistent, and find what works best for you. Experiment with different techniques and track your progress. The key is to make it a habit. You can set aside just 5 minutes each day for breathwork. Set a timer or alarm as a reminder. Create a quiet space where you can relax and focus on your breath. Whether it's in the morning, during your lunch break, or before bed, find a time that works for you and stick to it. Also, make sure to track what works. The body has patterns and responds best to a specific stimulus. Begin by sitting comfortably, closing your eyes, and focusing on your breath. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. Pay attention to the rise and fall of your chest or belly. If your mind wanders, gently redirect your attention back to your breath. Start with just a few minutes each day and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. This is just the beginning of unlocking potential, so make sure to subscribe for more hidden practice and ancient techniques to tap into your own awareness. What if the simple act of breathing could be supercharged, amplified by the power of your intention to unlock extraordinary states of consciousness? Intention, in its purest form, is the conscious direction of energy, the focused application of your will. Think of intention as the rudder of a ship, guiding the breathwork practice towards a specific destination, a desired outcome. Without intention, breathwork can be a powerful tool, but with intention, it becomes a precision instrument, capable of reshaping your inner landscape and influencing the world around you. How does intention actually shape the outcome of breathwork practices? Consider this. Focusing on healing during breathwork can manifest as a cascade of physiological changes, from the release of endorphins and the reduction of inflammation to the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, promoting relaxation and cellular repair. Intention, as we discussed, can affect brainwaves and the nervous system, but it goes even deeper than that. When you consciously direct your energy towards healing, you are essentially reprogramming your subconscious mind, overriding limiting beliefs and paving the way for physical and emotional well-being. Conversely, if you approach breathwork with a scattered mind or a lack of focus, the results may be less pronounced. The key is to cultivate a clear, unwavering intention and to infuse your breathwork practice with that energy. It's also important to practice and cultivate awareness in your breath. To truly harness the power of intention, apply intention setting before, during, and even after your breathwork sessions. In the morning, before you even begin your day, take a moment to set your intention. State aloud or silently in your mind, "I intend to feel at peace today," or "I intend to approach every challenge with grace and resilience." Then, during your breathwork practice, visualize that intention taking root within your body and mind, growing stronger with each breath. And finally, after your session, carry that intention with you throughout the day, allowing it to guide your actions and interactions. By combining intention with breathwork, we can tap into the creative potential of our subconscious mind, turning our dreams into reality, one breath at a time. What if you can tap into this potential on a larger scale? With breath and intention combined, we can see that there are techniques that might be able to heal not only ourselves, but others. But what exactly are the esoteric implications here? Imagine Jesus, not just as a divine figure performing miracles through the grace of God, but as a master of breath and intention, channeling divine energy through focused awareness. Esoterically, the miracles attributed to Jesus can be interpreted as demonstrations of profound control over energy and consciousness, achieved through specific breathing techniques and unwavering intention. Think of Jesus as a conductor, channeling cosmic energy through the instrument of his body and breath, directing that energy to heal the sick, calm the storms, and even raise the dead. But how were these miraculous acts potentially achieved via breathwork? Consider the stilling of the storm. Esoteric traditions often speak of the power of breath to tap into the body's connection to the natural world. By using specific breathing patterns, Jesus may have been able to harmonize his own energy field with that of the storm, calming the waves through the power of his consciousness. The concept is similar to traditions like the Hawaiian kahunas, who were said to be able to influence weather patterns through focused intention and specific rituals. This isn't about magic or supernatural abilities. It's about understanding the interconnectedness of all things and the power of consciousness to influence the physical world. What if intention could also be utilized to heal others from a distance? Breathwork has an ability to be shared and used for the benefit of groups. In fact, breathwork can also be implemented from a distance. Just as a healer can send energy to a patient who is miles away, so too can breathwork be directed towards others with the intention of healing and alleviating suffering. While it is important to note that the effectiveness of distance healing is still a matter of debate, many practitioners believe that it is possible to influence another person's energy field through focused intention and breathwork. The key is to approach it with a pure heart, a clear intention, and unwavering faith. Are these healings only limited to those in proximity? If Jesus was using energy from the divine to heal and perform these acts, how can people tap into the collective consciousness and use that energy too? The collective consciousness, as Carl Jung described, is a shared pool of thoughts, emotions, and experiences that all humans can access, a universal mind that connects us all. Think of it as a vast ocean of energy, constantly shifting and evolving, influenced by the thoughts, feelings, and actions of every individual on the planet. By tapping into this collective consciousness, we can access a source of infinite wisdom, creativity, and healing power. But how do we tap into it? Breathwork may allow access to the collective consciousness through altered states of consciousness, as breathing techniques are potent tools for shifting our brainwave patterns and accessing deeper levels of awareness. By slowing down our breath, focusing our attention, and entering into a meditative state, we can quiet the chatter of the ego and open ourselves up to the subtle currents of the collective consciousness. This is where intuition blossoms, creativity surges, and profound insights arise. Just as intention can boost the effect of breathwork, opening the mind can boost the effect of collective consciousness. Is it difficult to control this immense potential? When tapping into the collective consciousness with breathwork, intentionality is key as this ensures that you are not overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information and energy that is available. Before you begin, take a moment to set a clear intention for your session. What do you hope to gain from accessing the collective consciousness? Are you seeking guidance, inspiration, or healing? Whatever your intention may be, hold it firmly in your mind as you breathe. As intention is key, be sure to set one before attempting to tap into the collective consciousness so that you will not be overwhelmed by the energy. What about more focused groups? What if you do not want to tap into a global consciousness? Can these techniques also be applied to more local and individual groups? The benefits of group breathwork practices have been known throughout history. In the time of Jesus, breathwork might have been a tool utilized to join in community, to connect with one another on a deeper level, and to share in the collective energy of the group. From a modern perspective, this might be why group fitness classes provide a shared sense of achievement. What exactly makes these group dynamics so special? Shared intentionality and shared breathwork amplify the energy and intention of each individual, creating a powerful synergistic effect. A shared intention will have the collective energy to come to fruition much easier. When a group of people comes together with a common purpose and breathes in unison, they create a powerful vortex of energy that can be directed towards healing, manifestation, or spiritual growth. This is why group meditations, prayer circles, and even drum circles can be so transformative. Just as a drum circle can bring people together on a primal level, so too can group breathwork on an esoteric level. Can we use these esoteric levels to improve personal well-being? By practicing breathwork and shared intention, you can elevate the spiritual state of participants, improving not only their physical and emotional well-being, but also their connection to something larger than themselves. Group breathwork can be used to foster a sense of community, to promote healing and forgiveness, and to awaken the collective consciousness of the group. However, it is important to approach group breathwork with caution and awareness. If practiced with malicious or incorrect intentions, the results may not be desirable. Always ensure that the intentions of the group are aligned with love, compassion, and the highest good for all involved. With proper focus, this can make for very powerful community. Now you know the basics, but what are some actionable steps and guidelines? In the next section, we'll delve into specific breathwork techniques you can use to unlock higher states of consciousness, explore how to integrate these practices into your daily life, and address potential challenges along the way. So, as we come to the end of this exploration into the potential breathing techniques of Jesus, we find ourselves at the intersection of history, spirituality, and personal experience. We've journeyed through ancient traditions, delved into modern science, and considered the profound impact of breath on consciousness. But what have we uncovered about the power of breath and its connection to spiritual awakening? This exploration has shown us how the ancient world of the Essenes may very well have impacted Jesus' spiritual practices, teaching him the importance of breath control and meditation. And we've also seen how modern science is increasingly validating the transformative effects of breathwork on the nervous system, brain waves, and overall well-being. We've also explored the ways in which breath, combined with intention, can unlock altered states of consciousness, leading to profound healing and spiritual insights. Think of it like a key unlocking a door. The breathwork pattern is the key, and the door is a state of heightened awareness and connection to the divine. So, what does this all mean for you? Understanding these concepts isn't just an intellectual exercise. It's an empowering opportunity for personal transformation. You can use this information to begin your own breathwork practice, expand your conscious awareness, and tap into your own innate spiritual potential. This power of breathwork isn't limited to individual practice. It extends to universal principles. The breath is the bridge between the physical and the spiritual, the microcosm and the macrocosm. It connects us to the universal energy that flows through all things, influencing our states of consciousness and shaping our reality. And this exploration of Jesus' breathing techniques also connects us to the broader history of spiritual practices and esoteric traditions. The idea that a divine practice could be hidden isn't unique to Christianity. Many spiritual traditions have esoteric teachings that are only revealed to initiates. This leads us to ask fundamental questions about the nature of reality and human potential. Is there something more to this reality than what we perceive with our senses? What is the true potential of the human body and mind? I remember when I first started exploring breathwork. I was skeptical, but I was also open to new experiences. And what I discovered was a profound sense of peace and connection that I had never felt before. It's a journey of self-discovery, and it's open to anyone who is willing to take the first step. Therefore, remember, the ability to heal, to find peace, and to connect with the divine lies within you. It's not something that you need to seek outside of yourself. It's already there, waiting to be unlocked through the simple act of conscious breathing. And if you have doubts or skepticism, that's perfectly normal. Change often takes time, and there may be times of discouragement. The key is to stay persistent, to keep experimenting, and to trust in your own experience. Remember the initial question. Is it possible that Jesus used a specific breathing technique to access higher states of consciousness? While we may never know for sure, the exploration has revealed the immense potential for connecting to divine power through intentional breathwork. And the techniques we've covered can start you on that path. So what's next? To continue this journey, consider researching different breathwork techniques, exploring similar practices from the time of Jesus and searching for a community where you can share your intentions and experiences with others? Will you find a supportive community to practice with? Will you explore different breathwork patterns and find what works best for you? These are questions to consider as you move forward. Imagine the long-term impact of breathwork, not just on your own life, but on the lives of those around you. Imagine a world where more people are connected to their inner wisdom, where compassion and empathy are the guiding principles. Imagine your ability to influence your surroundings and contribute to a more conscious and compassionate global collective. Now, I encourage you to subscribe for more content like this, where we delve into techniques and